mushroom hunting. It's all about my eye and my relationship to the environment, finding them physically mostly with my eye. And with the dog, you know, with finding truffles, there's just no way of us to find the ripe ones without disturbing a lot of land. And being so reliant upon the dog to be our eyes through their nose is just, I think, an awesome relationship. So it makes it, yeah, I mean, no other mushroom do you rely upon a dog for so much productivity to find mushrooms.
I mean, harvesting truffles is all about the relationship with the dog, because there are lots of dogs that can be easily shown the magic and they will find a few truffles, but if the handler can't communicate with the dog and read the dog's communication, they're not necessarily going to be very productive. I have to watch him. He could be playing. Yeah. I spend a lot of time in the woods alone with the dog, and we do really, really well under those circumstances. That's ideal. Another person with another dog, that if the dogs can get along, we can both be productive and have a good day and have fun and share the experience. But with a group on a foray in a public situation where there are lots of people and lots of dogs, I end up talking a lot, and he knows it. He's aware that I'm aware. He's paying attention to whether or not I'm paying attention. And if he thinks I'm not paying attention to him, he doesn't work. He runs off. He wants to chase birds. He's going to go greet other people. And it happens quickly because he has to be on focus. I have to be focused on him staying on task. Otherwise, he won't be.
It is amazing how much mental work it is to concentrating on the dog. It is a surprisingly an intense job when you're doing it. I mean, it is still really fun, but the amount of concentration of just dealing with a lot of their subtle mannerisms with a dog, you get to learn a lot from, you know, what they do and how they react and where their head and nose is. And so yeah, it's a interesting interrelationship.
It's a weird job. It's a weird kind of exertion. It's not like picking mushrooms at all. Picking mushrooms involves a lot of physical work, lots of miles hiked, lots of navigation skills. The phenology stuff, studying the change in seasons and how that affects the reproductive cycles of these organisms, whether it's plants or trees or fungi or insects, all those things still come into play. You still are analyzing your data to look for likely spots, and there's also just a lot of trial and error. Let's go look. That looks okay.
Good girl, Zoe. Way to go. You had it in you. Yeah. Good job.
So I have been doing this 3C surveys for about 15 years. And out of those surveys, I've been property that has some truffles.
It's a lot easier to find black truffles typically. At least when you find them, you can find a lot. Whereas the whites, like if you're only finding a little pea size to add up to any substantial, sometimes you can find them as big as golf ball, baseball size, the whites.
Someone posted a campsite that we could all meet up at the Cascade Mycological Society's mushroom forum. And I've met lots of people through that forum, but this particular camp out, I met Eric. Eric and I have spent a lot of time together since then.
And I brought Zoe. And
yeah.
She had just, this is actually Leroy. Zoe was the first truffle dog that I trained, and Toby had seen me the videos or something, but we didn't really know each other then. But it was a group, this kind of random meeting of mushroom heads, and yeah, got to meet Zoe, and we had a good time that weekend mushroom hunting.
Where? Right there? Is it right
there?
Oh, good girl. Good girl.
Good girl.
Way to go, Zoe.
Just seeing that Zoe was just a regular dog. She was a nice, sweet older dog who was gentle and slow moving, and she could find truffles. And see Zoe in action is how, it's kind of how Appa learned to do it. I mean, he learned on his own, but he really enjoyed our time together in the woods with Zoe. So they have a bond, and Eric and I have a bond through that, and it's largely because of Zoe.
Zoe the mentor.
He found truffles on the 10th day that I had him. He took to it very naturally, very easily. He's really interested in food, and he's very motivated by snacks and treats. So I took him to a really productive black truffle spot on the 10th day, and within about a half an hour, he was already finding truffles for me. Good boy. It's pretty good size, and it looks like it's in good shape, as opposed to a tiny one like that.
Black Labs are, I think, one of the best breeds for this kind of quick learning. And this is probably only Leroy's first, he's under 2 months of truffle training, and he is completely got the game. So it's really exciting to have a dog. And he's 6, so he's not a young pup, but he understood it from day one. And so yeah, I don't know what it is with Black Labs, but I seem to have great success with them, and I just love their persona.
Oh, I see it. There it is. Wow, this is all tucked up in, Leroy, back. In the roots. Good job.
Oh, that smells delicious.
Squirrels and voles are what predominantly eat, and this is a lot more looser soil. You can see a vole, there's other mole creatures. And this is really loose soil, so there was something right here. But it's immature
Really?
because they don't have any aroma until they... Hold on.
Digging around it to get it out of there undamaged. It's got a little bit of that mold on it. It may or may not be useful. There's so many different things that can go wrong. There's bug damage, and there's so many different bugs. But there are also fungi that like to eat truffles. One of the fungi that likes to eat truffles imparts a really unusual aroma. Sometimes they smell kind of like cherry.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, smell that.
Okay.